Hey guys, it's Lel and it's time to talk about Clear Card Hen, episode 5. Before talking about the episode itself, I just want to say that I was complaining a little bit about this episode on Twitter, and a friend of mine told me, oh, it's a filler. And I'm not reading the manga, so I don't know. I can't really compare. I don't know what's a filler, what's not a filler. Just a parenthesis, filler meaning it's not in the manga, it's an original anime story. And I was complaining about the first part of the anime. I watched it and then I had to stop and then I watched the other half later. And then I was complaining a lot about this first part, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. First of all, I think that sometimes this anime drags a lot. There's no good rhythm in some of the episodes and in some scenes. Some dialogues are badly written, and the scenes don't flow well. It seems that it takes like a long time to get through a scene, and it adds nothing. Not even character development. Not even a fun situation for us to like. Like, when you're watching a slice of life anime, you expect the characters not to develop every time, and you don't expect things to happen every time as well. But you expect to have a fun time, or at least an emotional time with the characters, so you can connect to them. But sometimes in Clear Card, it doesn't happen like this. I'm just gonna give you guys an example. The scene that Sakura called Rika-chan. Rika-chan is a character from the first season, and she hasn't appeared yet in Clear Card. And when Sakura called her, I was expecting it to be a nice call, a great time to remember one of the nicest characters. I really liked Hika when I watched the first season. And the scene was just so boring. I was so bored watching that scene, and it was supposed to feel somewhat special because we're meeting a character we haven't seen yet in this season, and we have grown attached to her at least a little bit from watching her in the first season. And now I felt nothing. I felt bored watching that scene, even though we didn't see Rika. It was a choice, a narrative choice for us not to see her, only to listen to her voice. I think it adds a little more mystery to her character, and considering what happened to her in the first season, it's even more intriguing. But, the scene was boring, and the scene that happened after that, with Sakura cooking with her dad, and with a little bit of interaction with Toya as well, it was also very, very boring. The scenes, they didn't flow, they didn't bring anything, they didn't add anything. But the center part of this episode was Sakura was going to meet her friends so that they could, have just a good time. They were having picnic and they were going to see the Sakuras. And that was a part that the episode changed a little bit. Because Sakura meets Tomoyo and then they meet everyone. And then I think that the pace of the episode changed a little bit. I feel like after they met with their friends and they started talking, they started, interacting with each other, this episode became a little more fun, and I enjoyed watching it, and it brought me that joy when I watch Sakura. And I don't really know why, but I bet it's because those characters, at least those scenes, were nicely written, and it was interesting seeing a little bit more of each character, even though we know them a lot already. But we can see a little bit more of them. The interactions were nice, they were fun. Some of them were even a little bit emotional, and it was good watching that. And the card was also very interesting. So there was a force pulling Sakura away from her friends. And I think that the most interesting thing is that because there was a reason for it. And the cards, they have feelings and they do things for a reason. And I think that in Clear Cards, so far, some of the cards have been very hostile. Like the Gale card, it was very hostile towards Sakura. The Aqua card, I felt it was a little hostile towards her as well. The Reflect card, a little bit maybe, but it was just using its powers. But the first two, the Elemental cards, they were really hostile to judging the way they appeared to Sakura. And this card, to me, when I first saw it, I thought, oh my god, it really wants to hurt Sakura. but it was not like that. It was interesting because when I talked about Siege in episode 2, I was like, Sakura won't use this Siege card. She won't use that, but she's using it in almost every episode. The Siege card is the winged card that she used in the first season. I don't know the official name of that card, I just know the Brazilian name. And that she used, and then her wand grew wings and she could fly with it. And I think that Siege is the card right now. She uses it a lot, and she uses it in some interesting ways. I like the way she uses Siege. And the Gravity card was captured very easily, but the Gravity card was trying to pull Sakura towards that beautiful tree. And it was trying to make Sakura share an even more special moment with her friends. And that was the intention of that card, I think. The card was trying to pull Sakura there. So, you know, that card had good intentions towards Sakura, and that was a good thing to see. Apart from that, Tomoyo's song was beautiful. And, you know, I complain a lot about her voice, and I still complain about her voice. I don't like her voice in Japanese, but her song was beautiful. And I'm gonna have to say this. This is a very big criticism. The worst part of the episode for me was a dreadful dialogue between Sakura and Shaoran. When Sakura showed him that she cooked for him, and then he was like, oh, but I already had lunch. I already ate. And then she was like, okay, then I'm gonna give it to Keto. And he's like, no, I want it. No, you already ate. But no, I want it. No, but you're full. No, I want it, Sakura. You know, I was like, oh my god, who wrote this? This is really ridiculous. Sorry, but that scene was really, really ridiculous and badly written. It was so stupid. And it doesn't even work for kids like them, you know? They're kids, but it doesn't work for them. I don't know, I didn't see them. I didn't see those characters I know in that scene. It was just badly, badly written. But you know, the episode was fine. The first part of it was not, but the second part of it was really heartwarming, and I really liked it. And I think it captured the essence of Sakura very well. I really liked that second part. And what did you guys think? I didn't know this episode was a filler. I knew afterwards, because I don't think that we had such a big change of pace from this episode to the other ones. To be really honest with you, I don't think we had a very big change of pace. But anyways, that was my view on episode 5. Please share yours on the comments, and thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye bye!